before. What's your take on today's performance?
Bitterly disappointed. Thought for 25-30 minutes we looked a really good side, total control, probably creating a good amount of chances. Then in the space of an heartbeat, all of a sudden, through moments of madness, that's all I can say. It's no great play. We're playing short corners to their men and we end up with a penalty, and you just couldn't make it up with us. And you've got to be built solid. You know, you've got to have solidity in your team that allows you to go and create chances to score. Today we probably could have played till midnight and not scored, and we certainly looked anything but solid, so a massively disappointing day.
They started the game really well and it just seemed to fall away a little bit.
Fall away. I just don't feel our habits stay sustained. Where when you're doing the right things, i.e. getting the ball wide, getting Cole off the ball, getting King the ball wide areas, trying to open them up, and just keep knocking on the door, and eventually you get in, and that allows you then to defend behind the game. But when we start doing some of the stuff we do, it takes my breath away, I've got to be honest.
How far away was that from the performance in midweek? Because
you guys use travel now, you have watched the 45 games, guys, so I think my story will only be, confirmed by yous. Unfortunately for us, that's the same team as Tuesday night. And this is why our supporters, sometimes as a manager, we're trying to be fair with players out the team, we're trying to give balance to players and we need to play, we want to pick the right teams. But then you've got to have some level of consistency. And that's what I've felt all year. We've really probably struggled with at times, is the consistent performance. And we've been on a great run, there's no getting away from that. If we can beat Maidstone next week, we'll have 84 points, which is a good return in any division, it is. But today we just needed to come and put one big performance in that would have sent our supporters home happy, and unfortunately we haven't delivered.
Second half, I felt like you had a really strong shout for a penalty.
Listen, the referee's blue, we all think it's a penalty. You guys think it's a penalty, but listen, it's football, isn't it? So I'm not criticising the referee in any shape or form. Today I just was disappointed that when you want something badly, you have to show more than we showed today.
And then the big moments, it's an own goal, isn't it? It's a worldie, the first goal, and you think, is it just not meant to be? But my way when it's not meant to be is don't get beat. A draw today would have done us quite nicely, setting us up for Maidstone at home, and unfortunately we haven't done that.
In terms of the balance of the team, do you feel like you're still searching for it?
You guys have seen today, our fans have clamoured for certain players to be in certain positions, and no different if you be consistent. We had a lot of poor performances in the key areas of the pitch today, and this is the challenge when you're a manager sometimes.
And my big thing is always, lads, has been trust. Unfortunately with this group of lads, I struggle to trust them in games at the minute, and that's after a long season. Because in the key moments when you've got to be able to defend, or you've got to be able to sustain attacks, or the most important one, we're looking for a goal. Let's have it right, we needed a goal today, and then you're looking around the pitch as if to say who's going to get us in. And what we've got to make sure we do is then key players stand up.
How do you get that trust then?
Over time, over personnel, certainly not over one game. It's impossible in football to get it over one game. But today we've probably had enough chances to be certainly involved in a football game. We haven't took them. And then at the opposite end of the pitch, for whatever reason, we just go soft. And no matter how many times we say aggressive and do this and do that, we just have ways where for what the teams seem to get in.
And they've been outstanding on the road lately, I've got to say. They really have. But for 25-30 minutes today, we totally dominated the team in great form.
And you've got to score in them moments.
Just one game of the normal season left and then into the playoffs. How do you think things are sort of shaping?
Let's see till after the game, after the last game will be a big indicator. We'd all love to be third with that home tie because I think it's a big game, but the week will bring what it brings, plenty of excitement for supporters. I think our supporters are well versed in us now. And my job and the rest of the staff is to make sure that we turn up on the big nights. Because I think one thing we all know, if we turn up, we're well capable of beating anyone.